Picture this, a 9-year-old boy in St. Louis, bursting with life. His name is John O'Leary. He lives and breathes baseball, dreams of hearing his voice echo through a stadium one day, and sees the world as his own giant playground. He's a Cardinals fan through and through, a kid with a bright future ahead. But one ordinary afternoon, that future went up in smoke. It started with a spark, a can of gasoline, and a single match. The kind of innocent curiosity that can turn deadly in a heartbeat. A massive explosion tore through the family garage, engulfing young John in flames. When the fire was finally out, he had suffered severe third-degree burns over nearly his entire body. Doctors at the hospital delivered the grim news. He had less than a 1% chance of survival. His body was a landscape of devastation, his limbs were at risk, and his world had been violently turned upside down. But this isn't just a story about tragedy. It's a story about what happens when a community rallies, when a family refuses to let go of hope, and when faith becomes the invisible force that pulls you back from the edge. Imagine the sterile scent of hospital rooms, the long, agonizing nights filled with pain, and the ghost of a child's laughter that now seemed a distant memory. John was in a daily battle for his life. He lost his fingers, and with them, his sense of being a normal kid. It was a time of immense struggle and despair. Yet, slowly, brick by painful brick, he began to rebuild. With every wound that was cleaned, with every grueling therapy session he pushed through, something new was being forged within him. The very fire that had sought to destroy him was now becoming the fire that fueled his will to live. He wasn't alone in his fight. He found strength in mentors, in his faith, and in his friends. One of his biggest inspirations was his childhood hero, the legendary baseball announcer Jack Buck, who visited him and encouraged him to keep fighting. Through this incredible support system and a fierce, rediscovered love for life, John began to find a new purpose. The horrific accident that could have been the end of his story became the very foundation upon which he would build an extraordinary life. John learned a profound lesson. A meaningful life isn't about being perfect or unbroken. It's about making the choice to rise up after you fall. It's about letting others lift you when you can't stand on your own. And it's about transforming your deepest pain into your greatest passion. He discovered that the sharpest edges of life, the scars we all carry, can carve out a soul on fire. Soul that burns not with anger or regret, but with compassion, courage, and a relentless desire to inspire. By the time John O'Leary walked into adulthood, his body was scarred, but his spirit was unbreakable. He was no longer just a survivor. He had become a living testament to human potential. Proof that the very thing that threatens to end you can become the reason you begin again. This isn't just John's story. It's a story for anyone who has ever stared into the darkness and fought their way back to the light. It's for every person with that inner fire to fight, to heal, and to hope. It's a powerful reminder that no matter what you're facing, your story isn't over yet. If this story moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires. Thank you for watching.